Troubles for the nation's newspapers can be blamed on a drop in subscribers and advertising revenue, including classified ads, heavy corporate debt, and a rise in internet use.
Fast, easy access. You can go exactly to what you want to see. You can get it for free.
The reality is most people now are getting their news online, but especially younger people. The statistic is in the last couple of years, print newspapers have lost somewhere around 43,000 employees. You can't go through that kind of change in what amounts to a knowledge industry and not have bad things happening.
And bad things are happening to big players. Recently, the Rocky Mountain News in Denver published its last edition, leaving 230 editorial employees without a job. The E.W. Scripps Company, which owns the paper, couldn't find a buyer. The Tribune Company, publisher of the Chicago Tribune and the Los Angeles Times, is in Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The Philadelphia Inquirer and Philadelphia Daily News, along with the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, have also filed for bankruptcy protection. The New York Times Company hopes to raise millions of dollars to help pay off debt by either borrowing against its new headquarters or by selling it and leasing the building back. It also decided to suspend its quarterly dividend. And the 100-year-old Christian Science Monitor plans to stop printing newspapers this spring. It will become the first national newspaper published only on the internet.
But overall in the U.S., the market for getting news hot off the press is declining. In fact, the circulation in nearly all of the top 25 newspapers in the country is down in the past 3 years.
They're massively in decline. One statistic says the top 25 newspapers in 1998 had 18 million readers. In 2008, they have 14 million readers. So they're clearly in decline.
And it's spreading like an epidemic. The Hearst Corporation says it will sell or shut down the San Francisco Chronicle if expenses are not scaled back dramatically in the next few weeks. Hearst says a significant number of people will be laid off at the paper. The Miami Herald is reportedly also up for grabs. And in the Motor City, both the Detroit Free Press and the Detroit News are cutting back home deliveries to as few as 2 days a week. Business doesn't appear to be slowing down at the production plant of the Virginian Pilot in Norfolk, Virginia. But appearances can be deceiving. The Pilot's owner had put the paper on the market, but no one was willing to pay the price. President and publisher Maurice Jones says advertising is the Achilles heel right now.
The real challenge is that we've got advertisers who are struggling and cutting back, and therefore our revenues, our principal source of revenue, is getting smaller. And so we have to adjust our costs to reflect that.
The Pilot has cut 150 positions and recently announced it will lay off 30 more workers. You can already see empty sections in the newsroom. Managing editor Maria Carrillo says morale is low, but employees are not giving up.
Everybody's still determined to put out a good newspaper, determined to do a good job on our website, so, we're plugging away.
We, some time ago, made a decision that we could no longer afford to be a newspaper company, that what we needed to be was a diverse media company.
That includes the Pilot's online edition. So is diversification the key for newspapers to survive?
Well, ultimately, a lot of the media outlets are already shifting either in part or in total to the internet. Moving online, cutting costs. I think in the future you'll see a lot of virtual newsrooms where you won't even have the big cost of having the office space. You'll have a lot of people working from their cars, working from laptops and cell phones and PDAs, and you never see them in the office.
And that could eventually mean a computer on your table instead of newsprint on your fingers as part of your morning routine. Mark Martin, CBN News.